Okay, we're here with Geoff Piva, General Manager of the Lanam Club in Massachusetts. Geoff, thanks so much for hopping on. Tell everybody a little bit about Lanam Club. I know it's more like a dining social club. Maybe just give us a sense of that, and then we'll kind of definitely get into how you handled, what's going on. I think you handled it really brilliantly, and some really neat features and things you're doing.
Sure. So the Lanham Club's a social dining club. Been here for about 100 years. We have just short of 200 members, so we're a small club. So some of the challenges of being closed are difficult. Regular takeout doesn't work for us in a traditional sense because we don't have enough members to be able to know what to buy and how to handle it. So we went a completely different route with this. I came up with the idea of what we're calling Lanam Fresh.
Love it.
It's a meal kit program where the members order meals that they prepare at home. And what we do is we give them all of our ingredients and instructions and recipes from our chef to cook these meals from home. And that getting ingredients from us is the key, especially when you're talking about meats. Because we provide them prime cuts of filet and sirloin and all that, and they're not going to buy that in the store or even know what to get.
Right.
Most of the meats we have are cryovac too, so they don't have to have it that night. They can have it a few days later. And how we set it up was we have them order a week in advance, so they order by Friday for the following Friday. And that allows us to buy the exact amount of food that we need, and there's no waste at all. We're offering, for our members that live locally to the club, we're offering to deliver to them.
Wow.
Last week, we had 115 meals. For our small membership, that's a lot. And this week coming up, tomorrow, we have 120 going out. And about 25% are being delivered, and the rest are picking up at the club. When they pick up at the club, we just go out front. We have them drive up to our front door, gloves, masks on, just basically open up the back seat of the car, put the bag in, and off they go. There's no signing. There's no anything. Their accounts get charged. So, yeah, it's been a good plan and has been a way to generate some revenue and keep at least our senior staff on payroll.
Right. And how are you getting the word out? Because I'm seeing you guys sending a ton of obviously texts. I know you probably sent texts when the club shut down. How are you guys using kind of member text?
Yeah, so member text has been incredibly valuable for this. I'm literally texting the membership every day.
Wow.
Why I'm texting the membership every day is I'm reminding them that, hey, don't forget to put your orders in by Friday, because people are busy and anxious and worried about everything that's going on, and they're forgetting. And what's happening is we're sending a text out, say 3:00 in the afternoon on Thursday, and we're getting 20 meal orders 10 minutes later from the text because they're getting reminded. I'm sending it out via email too, but as we know, email rates are lower. Some of the members still do look at their email and still do use that medium, but that's once a week, so that's not as as much as the texts. But I'm starting to send once we send that menu out, we're sending it each day really.
Cool.
Another thing too is Massachusetts just allowed to go beer and wine with orders. So now what I'm doing is we created a wine menu where we're selling bottles of our house wine and separate menu, and I'm texting that out separately. With the thing, my one concern with how this was going was that the members would think that I'm kind of over texting. That's been the case at all. I've actually asked people as they've called or I've talked to them, do you think you're getting too many? And they're like, no, you're reminding us, and that's good. So, I feel like the ability to be able to text out, just basically a simple link from our website with a menu on it that they can look at on their phone. All right, I want this, this, and this, and they call us and we put the order in. So it's been great, been incredibly valuable.
Fantastic. And what are you doing to keep members engaged? Well, first talk about the clam chowder thing and the branding. I think that's brilliant. But then also, are you doing cooking classes? Are you adding any extra value? To whether it's doing Facebook Live or Zoom happy hours, and we talked about
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about the clam chowder idea, and because I think that's something clubs can definitely.
Yeah. So one of the things here, you want to keep your members engaged as best you can, and you want them thinking about the club as much as you can. So one of the ideas when we came up with Lanam Fresh was to create a logo to brand what we're doing separate from our own club logo. So we did that, and the logo's great. It's very modern, sharp looking. And what we're doing is we're putting it on the outer packaging of what we're giving the members. And then one of the items we're giving the members, which is very popular at our club, is clam chowder. Clam chowder is very popular here. Chef's recipe is fantastic. The members love it. What the members are doing is they're buying multiple quarts of clam chowder and then freezing it in their freezer. The branding is so important because when this is all over and they pull out that clam chowder out of the freezer, they're going to see that logo and they're going to remember what the club did for them in this time when they really needed us.
Yeah.
And that's just going to go a long way down the road to them remembering. It helps with retention of members. It's also going to help when they have that summer barbecue and they take out that clam chowder and their friends are over their house and they go, look what our club did for us. It's going to help get new members. And that, everything is, if you take this whole situation and make it an opportunity for your club, you have a good plan. We're also because some of the recipes, some of the things that we're offering the members are a little intricate to cook.
Yeah.
Chef is doing a couple times a week doing a YouTube video. So we're calling it a cooking series where he's one of the meals that's on the Lanam Fresh menu. And that's really helping the members be able to cook it. I had a couple of members comment after the first week, like it was so easy to cook this particular dish because Chef showed us how to do it in advance. Last week he did, he makes a homemade gnocchi in-house, and he showed the members how he makes it, makes the dough, how he stuffs it, all that kind of stuff, and then how he actually cooks the dish. And the members really enjoyed seeing that. And then also it made it a lot easier for them to cook. So, just all positives all across the board on that front.
Yep. I think tell about the success of kind of on the flip side, on the staff. Obviously, people are losing their jobs. Clubs are trying to do whatever they can to kind of keep staff engaged. But I know you have a fund. How's that working, and how are people knowing about it? I think I saw a text go through about it, but.
Yeah. So one of the things when this all happened and we announced Lanam Fresh and we said, this is how we're going to keep the members engaged. One of the other things I wrote in a letter to the members was that, we wanted to start an employee appreciation fund for the staff that got laid off in this time. It's about 25 people at this point that got laid off from the club. And, a lot of our staff, our average tenure of our front of the house staff is like 20 years.
Wow.
They've been with the club a long time, and all the members know them. So I announced the employee fund. Immediately people started contributing a lot of money, more than they usually do for the holiday fund, which is the thing that we do. I've also texted that out as well because it's something that you want to keep on the forefront of people's mind. And really, this is all good stuff because I'm going to be able to just give the staff a lot of money when the time's right. When we finish the money, we're going to be able to go ahead and get them, get them really taken care of. And just being able to reach out to the members is such an important thing for us to do. And when I can do it so easily and so quickly, it makes the Lanam Fresh so much more successful. But then it also gets money into the hands of the staff.
Did you have this Lanam Fresh idea? It's like Blue Apron, essentially.
Yeah, or Hello Fresh.
Or Hello Fresh. Did you have this idea before, or when this thing hit, and did you just who came up with this idea? Did you guys have a discussion? What were some other ideas you guys threw around?
So
it's obviously pretty brilliant. I haven't heard any club do this. Obviously, I see a lot of clubs doing carry out. The idea of doing like a Blue Apron or Hello Fresh.
So
pretty brilliant.
Yeah. So like a lot of us, I haven't been sleeping all that much.
Yeah.
Everybody, because we're all worried and anxious about kind of what we're going to be and what our club's going to be like and all of that. So I get Hello Fresh from time to time at home. Okay. I cook it for our family, and I like the instructions and how easy they are. And some of the ingredients could be a little bit better, but as I was up one night in the middle of the night, I was thinking, why can't we do that at the club? And I came back and, I sat with Geoff and, I said, what do you think about takeout? And he said, well, we can't do takeout. And I said, I agree with you. I said, what about this? What do you think? And he thought about it and he said, we can definitely do it. He goes, I don't know how popular it's going to be. I go, I got a feeling that people are going to be into this.
Yeah.
And because they keep their house. And a lot of our members really go out to eat a lot. And whether it's here or the club or downtown Boston or wherever it might be, they can't do that now, but they want that quality of a meal. And this is a way to do it where they can stay home and they can still, cook those high quality ingredients and those high quality meals. And they all love Geoff and they all love his recipes. And he's putting those recipes in the bags and, letting people have at it. It's just a great way to stay connected. So I came with it in the middle of the night and it was a good night, I guess. And, we'll go with it. So.
Well, I think one of the other things that we have a problem here is, we can get, I guess, fresh direct or not fresh direct. We have Instacart. We can get it or Prime from Whole Foods. But I don't really even know who's touching my food. I don't know the people that are delivering it. Whereas with you guys, people know, they trust you. They trust you guys are going to be safe. They trust you're doing social distancing. They trust that you guys are using, new gloves all the time. And so I just think that's pretty good. I haven't heard any club doing this. I bet you probably end up continuing it. Even after the club opens, it could be like a new revenue channel.
The chef is nervous that that's going to be the thing, and he's going to have to do that too. But you're right; it's possible. I think clubs have a really good opportunity now and into when we get back to whatever the new normal is.
Yeah,
people trust what we do, and they know who is handling the food.
Yeah,
they know these people by name. Literally last week, it was literally me putting the food into the back of their car.
Right.
So they know us and they trust us. And that goes for all clubs. That doesn't go for us. It goes for everybody. Sure. People are going to feel more comfortable going to their club. They're going to still feel skittish about going out, I think.
Yeah.
Going out to even into the summer.
That's a great point.
At your club, when you know,
that's a great point.
You know everybody and you know who they are. And who's serving your food and who's cooking your food, you're more apt to go to your club than you are to go out. And I think it's a real opportunity. And
huge.
Clubs would be remiss if they missed that opportunity.
I think that is so key. I think that is so interesting. Is you're right. When we open up, I don't think I feel comfortable going to a restaurant.
Right.
But it could be an interesting video for you guys too. And I think all clubs is do a video on how clean you guys are. This is the process. Watch what happens. Employee comes in, we make them wash their hands. The new order comes in, they take the gloves off. There's a new glove going on. I think, and a restaurant really can't do that. I guess they could, but they don't have the membership and kind of the community kind of get that information out or get that YouTube video out or Facebook Live video out. But you're right. I think clubs will be the first restaurants to actually get back into the game once we open back up.
Yeah, because people feel comfortable. And at this point, with all the anxiety and with all with everybody feeling nervous about where we're going and what the future holds for us, people are going to want to go where they feel comfortable, totally. and they feel that there isn't a club that they don't feel they wouldn't pay the dues and they wouldn't pay that kind of stuff to be a member at a club if they didn't feel comfortable being there.
Right.
It's up to us to come up with a way to make them feel comfortable and make them feel welcome. We've started talking about what we're going to do in mid-May or end of May and June when we open, and how are we going to leverage the club? I don't have golf, I don't have a pool, I don't have fitness, I'm a dining club, so it's harder for me. So we have to come up with things. What I do have is 4 acres of property. Okay? So I've got a tent out back, I've got a garden behind the club, and I've got grounds, right? So the idea, and this one was not my idea, it was my chef's idea, was to do like a member appreciation party in June.
Yeah.
Do it all outside. Don't do it. Do it outside. Do a barbecue. Get a band. Keep it cheap. Keep it $20 a head or something. Yeah. And we make money on the bar. It's just a way to get people to the club and get them feeling comfortable that we're back and we're doing what we're doing. I'm also gonna look into putting out, more seating outside, because I think people are gonna be comfortable being outside versus being inside. We have a tent that we use for functions. Right now, there's no functions.
Right.
There's not be any functions for a little bit. Let me convert that tent into an outside dining room. Little things like that. It's not those are low cost items that we'll be able to do and be better off for it, because that's probably the new normal.
Totally. How much are the meals, the Lanam Fresh meals?
Yeah, so they could range anywhere from I'm trying to keep it, more reasonable. I would say anywhere from $15 a meal to $30 being the prime cut of filet.
Okay.
And then anything in between, I know there's a salmon dish, a chicken dish, a couple of pastas. The clam chowder is $12 a quart, so you're getting 4 servings out of that. That's a pretty good deal. Everybody loves the chowder, so that's a no-brainer. I mean, that's easy for them. And we threw in a dessert. Chef makes homemade tiramisu here, so we throw in the desserts, $5. So you don't have to cook that though, so that's an easy one. So I'm trying to keep it reasonable, but it's not a cost proposition for our members. It's about value. It's about the ease of it. They don't care what it costs. I could charge $100 a person and they wouldn't care.
Right.
No, it's not about that. I'm trying to keep it reasonable, but I'm also it's more about the act of it happening and the ease of them driving up to the front door of the club. It's not busy. Someone's putting it in their back seat and they go away. There's no exchange of money. There's no exchange of credit cards.
Awesome.
Wave at them and then off they go.
Even that's another reason why clubs are going to be the first ones to start, because they don't have to hand them
No money.
You're not getting it back. You're not touching a pen.
Yep.
Or if they are, you could just give them a disposable, just a pencil and just toss it.
Yep. No money. It's a big again a value that clubs need to leverage when they get back open. And when clubs get back open, they have an opportunity. Everything's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Just as a side story to this, and why I was probably more prepared for this than most. About a year ago, we had a series of gas explosions up here in the Merrimack Valley that shut down 3 towns for almost 2 months. And our club is in the epicenter of that.
Wow.
We basically had no gas in our building for 65 days. So in other words, no kitchen. So this happened in September, and I had 4 weddings on 4 consecutive Saturdays following that. So you have to adapt and use it as an opportunity. We built a kitchen out on our back lawn. We just got as many grills as we could. We got fridges out there. We did everything we could to just stay open and stay relevant. Then we did a limited menu for our members, working off a grill outside where I had guys cooking out in 35-degree weather, just to make it happen and keep people engaged. So because we went through the gas crisis situation almost 18 months ago now, we were actually more prepared for this. This is affecting everybody, but that little thing affected just us. We were the only club in the 3 towns that was directly affected. There are many other clubs in the 3 towns, but the way the gas situation happened, we were the only club that was directly affected. So there was no playbook on how to handle that, just like there's no playbook on how to handle this.
Right.
So I look at it from my point of view is to use everything as an opportunity. Every situation will present itself, and you can either say we're going to shut down completely and we're not going to do anything, we're going to lay everybody off, or we can use it as an opportunity and come up with a new idea. And maybe it'll work and maybe it won't, but you can't be afraid to do it.
I think that's brilliant. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing these ideas. I think there's some gems in here for general managers all over the country.
Happy to do it.
Safe up there.
Thank you.
I know you're still texting, which is great. So I appreciate.
Yep. Gonna keep rolling with the texts.
Okay. Good. And I'm sure we'll be in touch. But yeah, stay safe and hopefully you open up. And I'm curious to see what happens if you keep Lanam Fresh going after you guys open. I bet
there's a very good possibility that that's going to happen.
I think it's awesome. And if it's in line, if the price is Blue Apron,
yeah,
in line, why wouldn't they continue to do it? They'll support the club.
Yeah, it's not far off from Blue Apron or HelloFresh. It's really pretty close. So I wouldn't. It's something that we can definitely keep going with. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Justin.
All right, Geoff, my pleasure. See ya. Thank you so much.
You got it. Take care.